E3.
Brothers and sisters, welcome to the Not So Super Bashers coverage of E3 2018. Yes, we're back for Microsoft's press conference. Hans Davis, how are you?
I'm feeling exclusive, Nick. How are you? How are you feeling?
You could say this is the world premiere of Bash Bros. Does E3 Microsoft 2018, Hans.
Do you think that guy records his voiceover separately for every single time?
I hope that is a separate recording of world premiere every time, because that'd be really funny.
I want that for the notification sound on my phone.
So yeah, we kick straight off. Halo Infinite. I originally thought this was a Stargate game.
When I saw the people walking, I was like, oh, that looks like Halo armor. Is it implying it's an open world game with like animals and shit in it?
No, I don't think so.
But just the way like the animals were like running across the screen and stuff, and like any game that kind of shows off that animals in the wild thing, chances are you're going to be able to kill them and skin them and then craft something with them. So I really want to see Master Chief just like killing some alien animals to craft himself a new rifle or something.
This does seem like it is Halo 6 by the sounds of things. They just seem to kind of drop the numbering and start just doing subtitles. And yeah, we get that's just a brief trailer, just kind of no gameplay. And then Phil Spencer comes out and the crowd goes wild.
Phil.
And Jesus Christ, that is a humongous crowd.
It really was, holy fuck.
Like, absolutely fucking insane how big that crowd was.
You know what else was humongous, Nick? Number of fucking games we had to cover tonight.
Yeah. So Phil kind of ran down, there would be 50 games covered today, and 15 of those would be world premieres. Then the next trailer for the game, the next trailer shown is Ori and the Will of the Wisps, and fuck me, that's a beautiful game. Like, just the art and the music is so good.
It is. I'd never played the original one, but that's a lot more action than I was expecting from a Ori game.
No, they are. That is pretty similar to what I know of the first one being. Like, the first one, it is very much a fast-paced platformer in the form of something like Super Meat Boy. Like, it's quite precise, and you're relying on like hitting those like nodes in the air to kind of keep your combo going to let you jump to the next bit and all. Yeah, and then we get another trailer for Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, which is the new game from Software, published by Activision. That's the Dark Souls people.
Right. Because I was going to say, this looks an awful lot like a Dark Souls.
No, it's the Dark Souls people.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird it's being published by Activision. That was, it said from, I was like, oh, cool. And then it said Activision, was like, hold on a tick. That was... it looks like a gothic feudal Japan Souls game.
Do you know why I thought it looked like it was from them? As I have a note written here, this does not look pretty, but it does look cool.
It's an interesting thing considering Sony have their kind of feudal Japan game coming up.
Yes.
That maybe makes sense why this isn't being published by Sony.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if they were like, no, we've already got something like this in the works. Piss off.
I imagine it'll still come to. This wasn't exclusive.
Oh yeah, no, it's not exclusive, but I imagine that might be why this isn't. Because there's talk that they still have a deal with From in the works about another exclusive game.
Because everyone thought it was going to be Bloodborne 2 or something.
Yeah, so everyone assumes it'll be Bloodborne 2, but there was talk that when this was first revealed, I think it was at a Sony press conference. There was a very brief tease about it with the Shadows Die Twice tagline.
Right.
So maybe a lot of people thought maybe this was the next exclusive. And then I'm wondering if Sony maybe didn't go for it because it was maybe treading on the toes of their other exclusive.
But yeah, it looks very cool.
Yeah.
It looks like more of the same stuff, like with a different setting in my opinion, but it does still look very, very cool.
Then Todd Howard comes out and he starts talking some hot shit.
He shamelessly shills the Bethesda conference, Nick.
He does, yeah.
That's what he does.
Which is happening in like 4 hours.
Fuck.
Yeah, he talks about Bethesda's always kind of had a history with Xbox, Fallout 4 being added through the Game Pass. And then he starts talking about Fallout 76, Hans.
He does.
It's 4 times bigger than Fallout 4.
It is.
Fallout 16.
What?
4 times 4 is 16.
Oh, very good, Nick.
It's just a brief trailer with kind of reinforcing those rebuilding themes that they keep talking about. So I imagine we're going to get a full proper gameplay revealed later on at Bethesda.
The way he talked about it, it kind of, to me, sounded like it was putting those rumors of it being like a survival online game a bit that they were false, because like he was very much kind of did seem to be like, no, this is more like a spin-off almost similar to the New Vegas style.
We'll see later on.
Yep.
Get a trailer for a new Life is Strange side story thing called The Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit.
It did look pretty cool, to be honest.
Yep. It's free. I don't know if it's like just a free thing or if say like it's a free add-on for Before the Storm or something like that. But they did say yes, it is free. Just how they're delivering it maybe is a bit weird. Then we get a trailer for Crackdown 3 Hands. And is Terry Crews just the main character now?
Yes, I am okay with that. I am totally on board with Terry Crews being the main character.
Yeah, it was kind of... I thought he was maybe going to be a character. I didn't realize he was just going to be the playable character.
Yeah, why not? You said you don't want to be Terry Crews?
No, I'm not saying that, but it's just weird. That is February 20-something. 29th. They released the date for that. But yes. They only showed February in the trailer, but they have actually said the date. We get a trailer for Nier Automata, getting a Game of the Year edition coming to Xbox. Trailer for Metro Exodus.
That trailer was really good.
The trailer was very good, and it also is coming out February 22nd, which is now the same date as Days Gone and something else that was announced yesterday.
I really love the Metro world. I think it's a much more gritty and almost horror-esque take on post-apocalyptic worlds. So I actually, as long as they don't bring back that stupid bullet currency mechanic, I actually might give this one a go, to be honest.
But yeah, that's becoming a very stacked date suddenly.
It is. It's like it's the new holiday period almost. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Then we get a trailer for Kingdom Hearts 3, which confirms it will have a world based on Frozen, to nobody's surprise.
Are we not going to go over the fact that it's no longer a Sony exclusive? Because that's a pretty big deal.
No, it was already confirmed to be coming to Xbox anyway.
That's a massive deal. That's a big blow to Sony, is it not?
I don't think it's as big a blow as people make it out. Like, Sony aren't in the business of third-party exclusives these days. January 29th, 2019, that got delayed, which we already knew. That got announced. It was delayed yesterday.
Yeah, that trailer wasn't very good, not gonna lie.
It was alright. Sora's voice sounded weird in places.
So it was just the sound mixing in general sounded fucking weird and terrible.
Yeah, like, there was a point where it cut out all the noise from the scenes, bar the voice acting, and then had their own background music playing, and it was a bit weird. Yeah,
it was not a great trailer.
We get a trailer for upcoming content for Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, what is that? What does it do? What does it add? I don't get that.
It's more stuff to do, which that game desperately needs. And then we get... I was shocked. This is a really brief look at Battlefield 5. The way they worded it yesterday at EA made it seem like this was going to be like a full like gameplay demo of Battlefield 5's like single player.
No, it just turned out to be a trailer for it.
Yeah, and is Nordley a little on the nose for a Scandinavian name?
For all we know, it could actually be an actual name.
I don't know. That seems a little on the nose.
It's like Borkinson.
Yeah. Then we get our first kind of big gameplay thing of the whole thing. Kind of the only big gameplay thing of the whole thing. Forza Horizon 4. Set in the British countryside. Well, all around. By the time I think all around Britain. It originally kind of looked like it was just in the countryside. Dynamic seasons in the game. There seems to be different vehicles in this one. And yeah, it seems to go all over Britain. And
I have so many questions about that.
Why?
Like... Obviously, the seasons change, but like, do they change dependent on the actual world seasons, or is it just like a slider in the game? Or
I imagine it'll be a like reduced thing. So like, there will be, as you're driving around, I imagine like the world will slowly change season to season.
Then like, there was a shot of them driving up and parking in a house, and then a woman walking there. So is it implying that there's like player homes in it, and that's like your garage?
No, I imagine it's maybe just somewhere where you can drive to change a car.
Then I assume the races in the overworld will work like a point race in GTA, where you'll just kind of like, if you want to challenge someone, you'll just like meet up at a marker, and then someone sets a waypoint on the map, and then you just fucking go for it.
Yeah,
I assume it's just it's a very cool trailer, and it actually does look kind of interesting, but it give me more questions than answers.
The gameplay stuff I thought looked really cool. When they went to autumn in the game, they actually started dropping leaves from the sky in the actual like theater, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I did say that was nice.
And obviously they have like pre-baked chat messages, and I love that one of the chat messages was, "I'm on Mixer."
One thing that no one will ever use.
It was really dumb. That's coming out October 2nd, 2018, and kind of reinforced the idea that it's going to be like releasing day and date on the Xbox Game Pass as well. Then Phil comes out again and announces a couple of studio acquisitions, the biggest of which I'd say is probably getting Ninja Theory as an exclusive Xbox studio. Then we get a trailer for We Happy Few, and it seems like they're doing what kind of everyone wanted them to do and that is like add a proper full story mode rather than just the kind of weird survival thing it was.
Yeah. That was a world that was screaming for a story mode because you wanted to know what the fuck was going on, sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. That's coming out August 10th. We get a PUBG trailer which reveals there will be a new map coming this winter. We get some anime, Hans.
Yeah, we do.
We get our first taste of anime for this press conference.
Yeah, oh, don't worry. We're going to talk about that later, too. Do not worry.
This is Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition, coming out this winter. And then we get Division 2, our kind of first big look at it. Set in Washington.
Really good choice, I think, for the setting. Washington's a good choice.
The gameplay opens in like a jungle, and it's like, hold on, there's no jungles in Washington.
Yeah, my notes go like this. Oh, Washington's a really cool setting. Next point. But why are we in a jungle? Next point. Touche.
Oh, it's a zoo. That was a really fun. It was just really stupid. We get more of the shit Ubisoft fake voice comms.
I knew you were gonna spin this
They're
up.
so bad.
You really hate role-playing voice comm. It's so funny how much you hate that.
The story seems that it's a bit different from the original. Like, obviously the original was kind of set very close to the aftermath of the virus breaking out in New York. Yep. This one seems to be set a couple of months afterwards, and kind of militias have taken over Washington itself. Yeah. So they've sent the division in to kind of regain the area. And all these enemies they are fighting seem like complete fucking idiots.
The enemies aren't the issue I have. The issue is for me that the combat seems to just not changed at all. And that was the biggest issue for me with the last one, was like, the enemies are bullet sponges and take ages to go down, and I think the combat seriously needed an overhaul for a sequel, which they haven't seemed to done.
That's coming out March 15th, 2019. Then we get a lady comes out to talk about the Xbox Game Pass a bit more, and they're doing some machine learning shit. We get a montage of indie games. Kind of none of them looked... there was one that looked like the art style looked really cool, and that was Sable, but the rest of them kind of weren't mind-blowing by any stretch of the imagination.
Mm-hmm.
Then we get a trailer for Shadow of the Tomb Raider. And my one note is, I want dinosaurs back in Tomb Raider.
This is literally not a joke. This actually looks exactly like Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. Like, right down to the, like, Middle Eastern / also some Indian settings, and the Middle Eastern bad guy. Like, this, like, I actually had to do a double take and think, wait, is that not the exact same guy from the Uncharted game? No, like, I understand there was always going to be similarities, but it's gone to the point now where both series are just blurring together. So let's just do a crossover already.
The one thing, they seem to be leaning a bit more into the supernatural stuff in this one, judging by the trailer anyway, that they kind of didn't do before, and kind of is a holdover from the older Tomb Raider games. But then that's coming out September 14th, 2018.
I know what you're going to say, Nick.
Following on from last year's massive baiting of me thinking Conquer was coming back, Hans, I get baited again. I thought it was going to be Skate 4. I really did. I really thought it was going to be Skate 4.
I actually exited out just to watch the comment section blow the fuck up. It was... Everyone thought it, Nick. Everyone thought it.
I will say, like, Session is a game that has been kickstarted, and it does seem like they essentially are making a new skate game.
Yeah, like even down to like he falls at one point and grabs his face. Like
Yeah.
it even looks like they do have like that. What was it, the Hall of Meat or something?
Yeah. But yeah, Session seems like it is like kind of going to be, if EA aren't going to, essentially people saying if EA ain't going to do it, fuck it, we'll do it ourselves. So it's cool to see Microsoft saying, yeah, fuck it, we'll put this out on Xbox if people want Skate, something like Skate anyway.
Oh, Nick, I'm so sorry.
It was, I was so excited. We get a trailer for Black Desert. I was like, did they not show this last year? Is this still not out?
They did show a trailer for Black Desert last year, but this seems more of a story trailer.
Okay. I don't know. This seemed like, but like I'm pretty sure last year it was Black Desert Online announced the MMORPG Black Desert. Then we get a big new game, Hans. Devil May Cry 5 announced.
Again, I have more questions than answers about this game now.
Why?
So, this isn't anything to do with the reboot.
No.
Right. So the short-haired one was Nero, not...
Yes.
I thought this was a convergence of... I thought that was the old one. I know the old one had black.
I kind of thought that at first, and then I realized, no, because Ninja Theory made the old one, and then he revved up his sword, which that was Nero's thing.
Yeah, okay. Then yeah, I just have the next note here. Looks like the typical over-the-top Japanese brawler. So that's cool.
But Hans, did you notice that song was specifically written about Devil May Cry?
Oh, did they go that route?
They had a Devil May Cry pop song playing in the background, and it was fucking great.
It's like... I can't believe I'm making this comparison. It's like Mario Odyssey.
There's a brief tease at the end that confirming Dante will also be in the game. I'm assuming playable, similar to how I was about to say Metal Gear Solid there. Devil May Cry 4 was. That's coming out spring 2019, and then we and then the other piece, there's a third person in all like the art they showed, and it didn't seem like it was that girl who was in the trailer. So I'm thinking maybe there's a third playable character.
It's going to be the guy from.
It's not going to be
DMC.
the other Dante.
Yes, that best way to keep the fans of the old and the new.
We get a trailer announcing some Cuphead DLC.
You excited for that?
Yeah, that'd be cool. We get a trailer for Tunic, which looks like an isometric Zelda, like OG Zelda style game.
With a fox.
With a fucking cool looking fox dude. And then Hans. All the anime happens.
I don't know what to say. I really... Like, I was like, oh cool, it's gonna be like a new... I was like, oh, it's gonna be a new Naruto game. Oh, it's... And then it's like, oh, it's One Piece. And I was like, alright. Okay, it's like a crossover. And then like Dragon Ball Z, and I was just like, oh fuck, I know where this is going now. And then Frieza's blowing up New York.
It's so weird. Like, cut to Naruto looking over just New York City, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? Jesus, it was so weird. It seems like it's going to be, obviously they used to do like their Jump Fiesta and Jump Superstar, like,
yeah, for like 3DS and all, yeah.
They're on the DS, so this seems like they're transferring that into the kind of Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm engine.
Nick, what's it called?
Called Jump Force Hands.
I know it's called that because it's Shonen Jump that makes the mangas and all. Yeah. Like, that's fair enough. But it sounds like a K-pop band.
It's so weird.
I will say it does look very pretty. Like,
it does. It's just them in like realistic New York City is so jarring.
I wonder. And then fucking Death Note shows up.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Game of the year.
I hope Yu-Gi-Oh is in this somehow.
Holy shit.
I just want Yugi there fucking just throwing cards at people and summoning Exodia. That's coming out next year and I can't wait. Then we get a trailer and some gameplay for Dying Light 2. My first note is this looks really like Dying Light because they hadn't revealed the name yet. Turns out I was right.
Yeah, I thought it was a really cool idea. The whole like, oh, civilization reverts back to the Dark Ages.
Yeah, that was they call it like the modern Dark Ages, which is pretty cool. It's got Chris Avellone in it, who's kind of a big dog in writing. Especially he wrote a lot of those old BioWare, like Baldur's Gate and all that, I believe. It was weird. They didn't show any zombies until the very end of like a very brief tease in that trailer of zombies. Like it was kind of weird. And then they confirm Hans. Battletoads. They're making a new one.
Yeah, no gameplay at all, huh?
2019. Battletoads.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a pretty funny trailer, though. Then, after it being leaked earlier, we get the confirmation of Just Cause 4.
Is it just where they really pumping these things out?
Well, I think this is now like 3 games that studio is working on. Avalanche is working on Rage 2, Just Cause 4, and some game called like Generation Zero. Like I didn't think they were that big a studio to be able to do that. But Hans, tornadoes.
Yeah, that actually kind of seems like if they have the idea of they're toying with like catastrophes, like environmental catastrophes, like tornadoes and the shit happening and earthquakes, that could be really fun.
Then we get Hans. I thought this was really funny. Gears of War pop. Oh, I was hoping they would just leave it at that for the Gears of War stuff. That would have been so fucking funny. Now that's coming next year. They also confirmed Gears Tactics.
Yeah. Which
kind of seems like Gears of War XCOM.
Yeah, that to be fair, Gears meets XCOM is actually not a bad idea.
Yeah. And this kind of... They announced the next game as Gears 5 as well, which kind of made me think, have they dropped the of war bit, and is it just Gears now?
Well, is the war not over? Is like the fight with the Locust not done?
But it's still weird that they would just suddenly drop half their title. Like, Gears 4 was called Gears of War 4, but they seem to now start dropping the of war bit. It just seems a bit weird. That's coming next year.
Is Gears of War still a big thing?
It fucking sounded like it by the reaction of that audience.
Okay then.
Then Phil Spencer comes out and he confirms, yes, the new Xbox is in development. Yeah, and then they tease the end of the thing, and then we get a cool little transition into Cyberpunk 2077. I was kind of sad this was just a trailer. It's been like so long now, I was really sad this was just a trailer.
I'm glad we finally get to see something, a bit of the world, a bit of the settings. But yeah, like my note here is like, I love the world of the setting. I'm concerned about the gameplay though. Because obviously CD Projekt Red have been doing The Witcher for God knows how long they've been doing The Witcher for now. But this obviously seems to be, obviously just from the trailer, futuristic GTA with guns and flying cars and stuff. And I don't know how they'll transition to the different gameplay style, if that makes sense. So like I said, it's obviously they could fucking nail it. Don't get me wrong, but it's just it's something that's on my mind.
That original trailer they put out 5 years ago at this point. That seems like a completely different game compared to what they showed. So I don't know. It's the way that is different makes me think they've essentially rebooted development of this quite recently, and that's why there's no gameplay here. Like that original trailer was like very almost Blade Runner-esque.
Yeah. Like
in its tone and kind of the way it was presented. This seems so far removed from that. But yeah, that was it for Microsoft's thing. I think similar to last year, I think they have cool announcements. There's just not a lot of substance to them.
Quantity over quality more than anything else at this point. Like 50 games, most of them are trailers. We'll have like 3 actual stage demos.
Like 50 games, and I think only 2 of them got what you would consider gameplay demos.
And like obviously they're like 18 were exclusive, but a lot of those 18 that were exclusive were just indie games. You know, and not there was maybe 1, maybe 2 that we maybe consider a big game that was exclusive. You know, because that's what I realized last year as well. I was like, yeah, look at all these exclusive games. Most of them were like indie games.
I think this just needed like extended gameplay of something like Gears or Cyberpunk, because it was just missed. Like it was just here's trailer. Similar to last year. It's like
it's a fine conference. Like it's a good, and there's no bollocks like there was at the EA one, like bringing out fucking esports quote unquote champions.
Like compared to what the prevailing talk of what Sony is bringing, which is going to be like essentially 4 big massive demos of their 4 big games. This is very different. But that is it for Microsoft. They played a trailer of their conference, which was weird. And then we're out. Scenes, Hans.
Yeah, just people fucking in the rows.
I can assure you we were watching different conferences.
Watching the Pornhub parody of E3.
But that's technically not it for day 2 of E3, Hans.
No, the fuck it is for us.
Well, for us, yeah. But we have Bethesda 2:30 in the morning our time. Probably will happen by the time you're seeing this. But for now, it's goodbye from Hans.
Have a good one.
And it's a goodbye from me. See you next time.
See you at 2:00 in the morning.
Gears, not of war.
Imagine if like other like big franchises just drop parts of their title. Sonic. No, not even. It's be the Hedgehog.
The Last of Us becomes The Last.
Yeah.